Except we're muted.
Hey,
there we go.
Right.
Hey, we're live now and not muted. Hooray.
Hashtag pro streamer.
Hashtag pro streamer.
Hashtag
Super
pro
good at tech. It is definitely a thing I am good at. Yes. Hi. Okay, friends. Welcome to the end of Promise Tree. Disc 1. We are coming up on our 10th episode, the final episode in this particular story arc, or this particular run. All kinds of dramatic stuff's probably gonna happen. I'm not worried at all for these children.
We're the best.
Yeah, we'll dive into recaps and things. We're gonna start, not quite with a recap, but we will get there. Let's go around, meet our cast, and then we will dive right in. We will be doing hourly breaks for this show because we sort of expect to potentially run a tiny bit long because it is the last one of the season. But take your breaks when you need to, dear audience, please. Make sure you have water, hydrate, all of that stuff, and food.
Please go pee.
Also, yes, please take bathroom breaks. Be kind to yourself. All right, starting immediately below me, we will begin with M. Who are you playing today, and how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing all right. I am like fresh off the bus from Chicago. Go see Hamilton if you haven't and have the means to, and try not living in another country or something. But I am playing Trill. She is our engineer, not artisan anymore. Our pink big sister, who is currently holding an object that is about to attract some unwanted attention, I think, about where we left off. But yeah, she's yeah. That's kind of the whole thing. That's fine. I'm not nervous. Everything's gonna be fine.
Yes, it'll be totally fine. Moving right along down the line to Victor. Who you playing? How are you today?
I'm good. Kind of forgot it's the last episode of this disc / season / whatever we call it. Otherwise, I would have dressed up more. But I'm playing Griffin, our lovely heroic kind of shonen protagonist type boy with a spear. Yeah, that's his whole thing.
Spear boy, good spear boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
My cat has arrived, so all is well.
Thank God.
I know, we were all worried about Percy, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. So moving on down the line to Anna. Who are you playing? How you doing?
Hi, I'm playing Rue, our tiny healer mom friend, and I'm doing good, except I have been going through my spell list and doing MP math for the last 40 minutes or so because I'm at 7 hit points.
This will surely be fine.
Sure.
All is well.
Surely this will be fine. Chat is concerned about our Ryujin. Don't worry, we will get to that, I swear. And last but certainly not least, Nicholas. How are you doing? Who are you playing while I handle my gremlin son?
I'm Nicholas. I will be playing Mildew, a Winter Mage and Librarian, who is also down to 7 hit points, so I have already eaten all my cookies but one.
Yeah.
To Skyrim style, try to get the HP back, or
Yes.
Notably, the person responsible for destroying his HP is his school crush. It's fine.
Yeah. Rush has disappeared now.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
lingering feelings. Fuck that.
I mean, evil is hot, but Pierce was just kind of a dick.
Yeah, honestly, he is though.
Yeah.
Language,
I did not-
dingus. He's a
Like,
dingus.
Mildew? Seriously, Mildew? Like, really?
Yeah.
When I created a
boy.
character and wrote to Jess, I did not take Jess into account.
mean,
I don't know.
if you give
Fresh boy
me,
and asshole are different things.
I mean, if you give me a character that you have a crush on, I'm gonna do things to them. Like make them awful, mostly.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So, I guess that comes to me. Hi, I'm Jess. I'm your GM. I was the Ryujin Lazuria, but she's kind of been demoted thanks to some awful magic that Pierce used in the last episode. So we are going to end up seeing the introduction of a new Ryujin today before we really dive in and let these kids deal with their enemy. And then they got a lot. They got a race against time to save one more stone after this.
If we can save this one.
I mean, Trill has it.
Yes, we can.
so- Trill has it right now in her
Yeah.
hands.
We
So obviously
And-
that means it's fine.
surely.
Are we ready to
You know
play
what?
some
We're gonna
Ryutama?
nail it. Nail it. Everything's gonna go great.
Let's do the thing.
To address some questions in chat, don't take everything you see on this show as gospel because we homebrew the fuck out of this game on
Oh god,
Stream.
yeah.
There is no real engineer class, that's a homebrew class. I am weaving the Ryujin into the narrative in a way that is not normal. It's for the story, so don't worry about the rules too much. Anyway, onward. Let's dive in and do some stuff.
Do some stuff to us.
Alright, well, before we get back to you kids, the skies over the sea beyond Sidolia's shores begin to darken, obscuring the sight of the verdant islands floating out above the crystalline waters. The sea itself has turned to ink, swirling and churning with fear under the angry clouds. At the peak of Sidolia's upper city, as the sea-scented air ruffles through his golden hair, King Amilcar trains his ruby gaze into that dark expanse for a time. He remains arm-trained over the bandages on his shoulder, expertly applied by Rue, almost like a statue, but for the air's effect on his robes. Something cold and blue flashes in that darkness that only he can see through. And there's a sound like crystal shattering, the symphonic stones shrieking in pain. Amilcar steps away from the garden's ledge and walks into his chambers of resplendent gold and crimson. A wide, cutting sweep of his arm sends a great scarlet tapestry hurtling off the wall from which it hangs, revealing an opening where lies a stairwell he descends. Amber crystals sputter to life down the stairs and all around the war room as he strides to the table where a map lay, and a ledger sits open on an unfinished page. A beautiful scroll bound in soft blue ribbon appears next to it with a watery ripple, and small, brightly colored figurines appear on the map, clustered over the small islands beyond Sidolia. The king takes up his red-feathered hawk quill. As he does, short golden hair sprawls out and down his back, crystalline horns spring forth from his head, decorated in gold chains. And the red Ryujin begins to write. What a story you leave in my hands, Lazuria. Very well, then. With their Ryujin and the Waterstone Guardian struck down in her own sanctuary by Pierce, the four friends found themselves forced to make ready for a battle. Trill bravely stuck out to claim the Waterstone before the sorcerer could do so himself, and Pierce struck at all of them with a vicious barrage of magic, setting the others on the back foot. But they had been so close to saving this one stone, they could ill afford to back down now. Time again to prove your mettle, children. And with that, it's time for us to do a heckin' fight, I think.
I just want to add, we're like all in our 20s.
Yeah, but he's also like a few hundred years old.
Still,
Still, everyone has been calling us children, and we are like,
I know.
like,
I know.
the youngest at 19.
Y'all are grown-ups. Dang it. Grown-ups, I say.
They definitely act like grown-ups.
Yes,
With
definitely.
the pillow fort.
Definitely.
All right, but heck and fight time.
Heck and fight time. Yeah, so we have done initiative. To recap kind of positioning, Trill did some cool rope business and managed to get the stone away from Pierce. Pierce did summon up some crystal servitors and then launched a nasty, nasty magical attack on the party.
Like the nasty boy is.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Nasty boy.
Nasty boy!
That's all we're gonna call him forever now.
Nasty boy, Mr. Nasty.
All right, hold on. Let me get in. Let me get into his stat sheet and change his title. He's no longer the Citron Sorcerer. He's Nasty Boy. So, all right. So that is more or less where we left off. And y'all are about to do a fight. So. Everybody's so confused. If you missed an episode, you guys, I'm sorry. It's a lot happened last time. A lot. Anyway.
Oh boy.
We're in a bad spot. We gotta fight our way out. That's kind of what the deal is at the moment.
Yes.
Yes.
And clearly we're fighting two crystalline bears as well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he summoned up some friends because he's a fragile caster baby. So,
Fragile nasty boy.
let's go forth and do this fight.
Nasty and fragile.
Yeah. Fragile nasty boy is the subclass of just nasty boy.
Oh no. Alright.
The other way you can
Alright,
go
well,
is
at some
both
point he's
nasty
gonna
boy.
say, well, actually, over the course of this, is what I was saying.
I feel like he did that already last
I
episode.
feel like he did, yeah.
He definitely did.
He definitely did.
He
You
might
all
have
were like,
not
it's so bad, they're
actually
stealing the stones. Well, actually.
Alright, well, clearly you have to redo his art to include a fedora, but no, alright, let's...
Shit. Alright,
It's a
friends.
trilby.
Alright, let's take out Devil's Advocate, y'all.
Go forth. So Trill, you are up first. You have the water stone in hand.
Yep. Okay, that sure is a thing. Okay, so I'm closest to one of these crystal boys.
Yes. They are obscuring the way to be able to attack Pierce.
Okay, then that's fine. I'm
Physically,
gonna...
that is.
Physically, that is. Alright, then I'm gonna leap up and try to take out one of these guys.
Okay.
Okay. In that case...
Are you going for pink or blue?
Pink, because that's what I'm... Well, because pink.
Okay.
You're attracted to it for some reason.
Yeah. So...
Like not attracted.
Yeah. Looking at these items. Man. I think... yeah, let's start this off classic. I'm actually just going to, use my rope to... Or, no, I'm gonna swing on the tapestry. Yeah. But first I'm gonna roll to make sure I can even do that. Uh, 10.
Alright.
Or 11 with the +1.
11. That hits.
Okay, so Trill, takes the water stone, sticks it in her pocket, goes, okay, I guess we're doing this. And then, leaps up, grabs one of the tapestries above her, and swings on in and thwacks one of these guys right on its head, and hopefully, if I can get on top of it to ride it, that would be awesome.
To what end?
Literally just positioning. It's not nothing that functionally matters, just narrative cool stuff.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay. if you want to make me a roll or something, or want to make me roll or something, like this is purely just like for cool narrative stuff, not like whatever I don't know flanking would be in Ryuutama.
Yeah, it doesn't really exist. So.
Right,
Not
exactly.
that kind of game.
Yeah, we'll address that when your turn comes back around.
Alright, but if that hit, that is 5 damage.
Okay. So that's 2. Alrighty. Mildew, it is your turn.
I had options, but I'm going to use a spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna summon the Ice Sword of Desire.
Sweet.
And that's Spirit and Int. 13, so that's success. Not all that burns is fire. Feel the wrath of Iceful Sword of Desire. And it's a puff of, when the air gets cold, that smoke in the hand, and then it just coalesces into crystals that form a dagger.
Nice.
Ooh.
Badass. Alright, so you now get, is it a +2 to your damage, I believe?
+2.
Yep.
Mildew's gonna shank someone.
Yes.
Alright. Griffin, it's your turn.
I'm thinking the pink one's getting focus from Trill.
Trill is my name.
Yeah.
Just forgot.
No, I meant the pink crystal thing, not the pink girl. I can see why that's confusing. But I think, yeah, they're like large lumbering things, right? As Trill's on top of it, Griffin's gonna like hop up on the altar and come with the spear like underneath and just get like a boost underneath the pink one.
Okay. Go forth.
Oh yeah. That's 15 to hit.
Oh my god!
Fuck! I also just realized I definitely forgot to mention we're now using the longbow, and I've super been forgetting to roll to dodge, so we're gonna start doing that
Oh, right.
Oh yeah.
now.
So let me roll for these babies.
No.
These sweet little cuddly crystal friends.
Don't try to make us sympathize with them.
Listen, they can't help that
I'm trying to make a friend.
They can't help that they were summoned by this asshole.
Is there an animal handling check?
No. Yeah, you hit.
Okay, cool. There we go. And damage. Nice. 7 points of damage.
Okay, so that is math.
It is math.
They have armor. Sorry.
Ah.
They're big hulking brutes. What do you expect?
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair.
All right.
That they should be soft and cuddly.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So, that is your turn. And
Yep.
Rue, it is now up for you. What you can do?
Yeah. I am debating which spell to use. I think... Oh, it's important I stay on my feet. So I'm going to take a deep breath and tap myself and say, "Let light be..." Oh, sorry, this is the first time I'm doing this chant. "Let light shield my heart and lift my spirit." And I'm going to cast Safety 0 on myself.
Please. Good.
Protect your healers, everybody.
Yes.
Or healers, protect yourselves.
And I think really wanted me to do that because I rolled like a 15.
Jeez. Well, I mean, there's really no target.
Yeah, but
You cast the spell.
yeah, it's just
animation
to
is
make
just
sure I
like
don't fumble.
Baller.
Yeah.
So there's bright glow that sort of sinks into my body as I am shielded against being knocked unconscious.
Yep. Cool. So yeah, the next time when you, if you drop unconscious, you will pop back up with 1 HP, I believe.
Yeah.
All right. And that lasts for like 6 rounds, but whatever. Oh my gosh, my cat. Of course he waits till my turn.
Kitty, no. Kitty, no. Kitty, why?
Because he'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. These cuddly, sweet, precious darlings are going to attack. So you're riding one, Trill? Okay.
It did just get an uppercut from a spear.
Yeah, this one is also not happy about A, they're not designed for riding, they don't like that, and B, it just got uppercutted with a spear, so it's definitely like gonna buck and try to shake you off and
That's fair.
like grow some more crystal spikes to punt you off of it. So let's see how it do.
And I'm rolling.
Yeah, you'll roll Dex Int to
Okay.
I need boop. That's a 7.
7. Okay. All right. My percentages are good.
You can do it.
That is a 7, which I think still hits me.
I believe if it's a tie, we go ahead and repeat the check.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. All right.
We've been treating it like a contested check in other games.
10.
Good job.
Nice.
So I think it definitely knocks you off, but you don't take any damage from the spikes. You get off before it can hit you. And it's just kind of.
Let go, Trill. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I think Trill just like backflips off this thing. Like,
Yeah.
Aw.
All right, and the other one is going to intercept and attack Griffin.
Oof, forgot about you.
Yeah, so
So distracted by the bear riding show.
all right, so that's a 10. Griffin, you need to roll Dex plus Int.
Dex and nope, that hits.
What'd you get?
5.
Okay. All right. Oops. I should have macroed these, but it's fine. 3, because I didn't add the
Okay.
modifier.
Alright. Because I had a thing that adds another +1 armor, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I take 1 damage.
Excellent. Yeah, so it comes at you and kind of strikes with its claws, but your armor is pretty good, apparently.
I think he just gets like a
And now we come to Pierce, who is definitely mad at Trill in particular because she's got something he wants.
Come and get it, bitch. Sorry, family show, family show, family show.
Throw a coin into Rue's swear jar,
Trill
please.
tosses a coin into the swear jar.
Come and get it, bitch! Wing. Thank you,
Worth
Tress,
it.
for the raid.
Well, what a time to raid.
Welcome, everyone.
Well,
On the show.
well, welcome to this wholesome famely show.
To this wholesome family show.
We said it was going to be tonal shift, so...
Yes, yes. Okay, let's see.
Alright, well, hopefully they missed that. Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, they didn't. Sorry, Dusty!
Alright, okay, he is going to do... Catch me doing my own homework definitely ahead of time. Alright. So... Trill, you see him train his gaze on you, and he points with that glowing crystal staff. The stone is mine!
Doesn't look like it.
Give me just a moment. And you see him start to gesture with his hands, and the little stones about his eyes kind of start to glow as he casts. And he says, "Arise and sever them, earthen fangs!" And we will roll some magic.
Roll some magic.
Is there anything you could do to defend against magic in this game?
Your condition has to be higher if it's a single target spell. What is your
Gotcha.
condition, by the way?
I think it was 7?
Okay.
I don't have that written down, but it was like 7 or 8 or something like that.
Okay. So... That hits. However, as this hemisphere of Earth sort of starts to rumble up to life around you, and you see these crystal shard fangs pop out of it like teeth from gums and start to clamp down at you. It only deals 1 damage. However, your initiative is now reduced by 2.
Okay.
And he's going to cast another spell because he's a dick.
Nasty boy.
Nasty boy!
The nastiest.
I don't know if I love or hate that that's a real thing that it's never going away now.
It's never going away now.
No, he
You
doesn't
put
have
that
any-
into the universe.
I'm sort of upset because I really like his design.
Well,
Oh well.
Nothing
Could
ever
have stopped
survives
us
contact
when
with
at the
players.
time. You could have stopped us.
It's fine. I'm here for it because he's
I'm-
he's legitimately, genuinely awful.
yeah, no.
He's a nasty boy.
Nasty boy, fedora wearing Devil's Advocate boy.
Terrible bastard.
If he
Alright.
wasn't an anime boy, he would have like a neck beard.
Oh gosh, could we stop that train of thought now?
Never.
He's got the crystals.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're stopping. Moving on.
All right. So this spell, you see him. He's fast with his casting, and you see him. You're gripped by that and trying to struggle to get out. As he's casting another spell, and this time he casts. He says, "Be chained within the void, abyssal cage." And this time, Trill, you see this sphere of darkness kind of sweep up all around you, and for several moments you can't hear or see anything outside. You are engulfed in silence, and you just start to feel pressure on your body. Only deals 2 damage to your HP, but you lose 4 MP.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And that is his turn.
Oh, mother freaking! Remind me again the rules of this game. If I go down to 0 MP, I also faint.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so much
Uh-oh.
for the concentration plan.
Oh,
All right, cool.
Dear. Okay.
All it means is that I can't concentrate on anything anymore.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, you're not down to 0?
No, I'm
Okay.
at 4 right. I'm at 4 right now.
Okay.
My MP is not great, so if he does that again, I'm in trouble. But for now, I'm okay.
Noted. Okay. Coming back around. Now Mildew's turn is first because Trill's initiative has been reduced to 9.
Yeah. My first plan was to, go in and stab something, but I'm going to cast Shooting Star.
Okay.
Let's see where are my dice. It's 4.
4. Who are you aiming at?
Pierce, so probably not
Okay.
hitting.
I kind of figured, but I thought I would ask. That does not hit.
So the effect is basically I'm pointing my dagger, and then the star shoots out from there and just bonks the wall instead.
Okay. He kind of looks as it wings past and just doop on the wall. You know, I thought your magic was better than that. Too bad.
And now you're really going down.
Now that you hate him more, Trill, it's your turn.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to find the list for things you can do during combat, because I remember there is a thing...
Are you trying to reassess your initiative?
Yes.
That is a thing you can do. You can spend your turn to assess the situation and re-roll your initiative.
Okay. I think... well, I guess if we're rolling instead of...
It's not going to
having
affect
three
your
initiative.
armor.
Yeah, it's not going to affect my
It's just your
armor.
turn order, and you're still second in line.
Okay, then yeah, I'm not going to worry about that too much.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we have the crystal shards, we have the pillars, we have water. I'm going to... how does throwing work in this game?
Like throwing an object?
Yeah! I want to throw something at Pierce. That seems like the most appropriate thing to do in this situation.
Technically, you can't use an object as like a weapon in that way, but I'll let you.
Okay. Well, if I attach it to my rope, which is my engineer special weapon thing.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, okay, actually, better idea. So, special weapon for rope. That has the pulling effect on it.
Uh-huh.
So I think actually what I'm going to do is try to pull Pierce forward into the front.
Okay.
If that works.
Give it a try.
Okay. All it says is pulls target forward one area on a successful attack.
Okay. Although I did mention that the back row is inaccessible right now because you are blocked by two very large enemies.
Does that still count for a weapon that is kind of, I'm assuming by definition, like, it would work on people who are in other areas of the combat arena? Because otherwise, what would this even mean?
It could. Give it a try. We'll see.
Okay. Alright, then in terms of items, then... I think I'm gonna jump on top of this statue so that I can actually get a better look at him, like get a vantage point, and then try to do it from there. Try to grab this nasty boy and pull him up to where I can smack him.
Pull that nasty boy into smacking distance.
Smack a nasty boy. Okay, 13.
Okay. Let me roll some dice.
We're kind of nervous. Is it noticeable? Are people catching on?
Are you concerned about dying? Because...
Nah. It's just... It's an intense situation.
Sorry, I'm trying to...
Thank you for pointing that out, Nicholas. I forgot that fumble points were also a thing if I wanted to concentrate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Am I doing this right? I am. And you rolled a what?
13.
Okay. That hits. So what happens?
It doesn't... I don't think it does any damage. It just pulls the target... Well, I guess it's actually a question for you since this is the homebrew thing for my upgraded weapon effect.
That is the thing I didn't think about.
Yes, so does the damage also happen, or is this an either-or situation? Sorry, for the audience, part of Trill's engineer thing is that her, like, rope / like, battle fishing thing that she... like, apparatus that she has is considered an upgraded weapon, so there's a list of effects that it can have. We're just working out whether that means I can also hit a dude to do damage and also get cool effect of pulling him forward, or is it an either-or thing?
I think because of what the last one is, an either or thing.
That makes sense to me.
The other one indicates you do damage. So this is just a movement effect.
I can totally believe that. Then yeah, I'm dragging a nasty boy up to.
Alright.
Yeah.
He's not gonna hang out there for long, but sure.
Also, okay, Griffin's going first. please wreck this boy, Griffin.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So he's getting like pulled in among the giant crystal bears. So Griffin starts running up one of these, the remaining kind of crystal shards that's in the area, and just kind of jumps over one of the bears and spear down towards Nasty Boy.
Okay.
Pierce, I guess.
Yes.
As he'd rather be called, I guess.
He does in fact have a name.
Oh, well, I sure do want to make sure we're calling him what he wants to be called. That's definitely high on my priority list right now.
Just, let's be respectful. We're better than
He
him.
just cast 2 spells on me! No! Screw this guy!
Nasty Boy Pierce is his full name.
It's on his business card.
MVP.
Nasty boy.
He does in fact have a full name, but he has not given it to any of you.
Oh boy,
I don't
look
think
at
he's likely to now, either.
Yeah.
Well, that's 16.
Okay.
Jesus, Griffin!
You're a beast.
Griffin is a combat monster.
Yes.
I don't know that he's gonna even be able to surpass that with his stats, but nope. So you hit him. What's your damage?
That's a 5.
Okay.
A bit less impressive, but
Well. Alright, I neglected to bring something where I could track this. Hold on. Behold, as I'm very slow at math. Go me.
Okay, all good.
so good.
Okay. So he's so yeah, you brought the spear down and just like went to like stabby down stabbing him.
Yeah, and I'm kind of imagining, since he's like a mage, he's got like a shield, but
Yeah,
kind
we
of
sort of see him. He's first of all, he's extremely startled to have been yanked into the
Yeah.
front row beside his beasties. But he reacts fairly quickly as you come, and we see him kind of. I think we see like your shadow appear up over him as he's like, and he wings up with his staff to block it. And he mostly turns you back, but he's kind of. You can see his arms shaking a little bit from the strain. He's not a strong boy.
I like to think for Ultimate Anime, and to explain that we cannot use the crystal shards anymore because that object has been used, is that they spear meets shield, shockwave, crystals just spray.
Yeah, there's just kind of a spray of crystals. So yeah, that is your turn. Rue, you're up.
Well, this is going fantastically, yeah?
I mean, all things considered.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I can fix what's happening to Trill right now. So I'm gonna sprint over to Mildew and cure him. Rush over and touch his shoulder and say, "May your roots grow deep and strong," and cast Cure Touch on him. And I don't fumble. And that's that is a whole 4 HP back.
All right.
Nice.
And then I'm just gonna sort of stand there and hold on to Mildew's shoulder for a bit, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I do love the image of the 2 casters just like in the background.
Huddling in the back. Okay. Great. And now it is our cuddly friends. It's their turn. They are just going to respectively attack Trill and Griffin to protect their creator.
Fair and valid.
Yeah.
You know, I can't even blame them on the. It's part of their job.
They literally.
Trill and Griffin both look up in unison, just go, "That's fair."
That's fair.
Gonna need to roll to
Alright.
dodge here.
So first one is versus Trill. That's a 12.
12. Okay.
Second one is versus Griffin. That's a
Oh no!
17.
No, that hits.
Okay, yeah, alright. I rolled an 11.
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
All right. Well, owie.
Ellie time. Wow, those are strong boys.
They're strong. They're
They are
hecka
very
strong.
strong.
7 damage to Trill.
Oh, very strong voice.
11 damage to Griffin.
Okay, y'all.
Y'all?
Not in danger, but not doing great.
You're next on the healing list.
Thank you, small healer friend.
Rua has her work cut out for her today.
Just another day, another job.
Hey. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Excellent. So, it is now Pierce's turn.
Percy has some concerns.
That was Tristan.
Oh, Tristan.
He's very worried about all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the moral support, Tristan.
Thank you, Tristan.
He's like, Mom, don't kill them.
How dare you? You can kill them.
Alright, since our healer friends are huddling in the back, Pierce is going to take care of that problem, I think. He is first going to get himself into the back row. We have
What?
homebrewed
Lame.
movement, a teeny tiny. We're gonna see if he can disengage first. Because those are our rules.
I hope he gets entangled in the rope.
Oh, please.
Sorry, I'm having to jump between so many sheets for these things.
Sight.
All good. And I'm just gonna yank him back if he does make it back there.
Nah.
Okay, I think that's the right roll, yes? Okay. He can move back, but he is not going to be able to do anything, or he can do a thing, but he can't move into the back row. So I think he's going to just YOLO and do a thing.
Oh shit, okay.
What was he doing, did you say?
He's just gonna YOLO and do a thing instead of moving to the back row.
Alright.
So, and judging by what you all know of magic, this looks like very big magic.
Cool.
We sort of see him raising the staff as it glows brighter, and a magic circle starts to appear underneath him as he begins casting. I'm sure this will be fine.
You know.
Sure.
Oh, okay. So...
What was that?
Those are green numbers, that's what those are.
I can see the numbers.
Oh, dislike.
So, he
Did
starts to speak. No? No? This is iridescent Malvora. Send down your judgment upon the unworthy. Crystal Saber! And around each of you, you see, this is the whole enemy area, i.e. all of you. You see a 6-pointed glyph that starts to call forth lightning strikes at each of these corners. And up above you, you see a massive sword of shining symphonic crystal forming up rapidly, and then it drops down into the center of the
Ah,
glyph
that's freaking cool.
and
Or
explodes.
just goes, nice.
That's
Yeah.
so dope. Oh.
Death never looked so pretty.
Is this the fucking period cube thing?
Oh shit. Well, I'm gonna steal that for an upgrade.
Right?
Yeah, so basically this giant crystal sword explodes, raining symphonic shards all over each of you. The spellcasting roll was a 15. I don't think anybody has a condition that beats that.
No, I had a 13, so I was close.
Okay. And you all take 14 damage and suffer shock 8.
I'm unconscious.
I'm unconscious.
I'm unconscious.
I briefly go unconscious, and then a bright light sort of lifts me back onto my
Bring
feet.
us home, Rue! Bring us home!
Okay.
Ooh, shadows
No.
die twice.
Here's the thing though, because y'all have your new Ryujin dad looking after you. These are what benedictions are for, my friends.
Come on, paint us the word picture.
Okay. Rue, would that attack have taken you to negative HP?
That's my full HP below 0. Right?
Any negative. Like, did it overkill at all?
Oh yeah, I was at 7 hit points.
Okay. Cool. We get to do both then. So,
Neat.
the Tale of Revival. This is for you, Rue.
I also go down.
You guys are gonna get addressed in another one, but this one in particular is for Rue because she came back already. So for a PC who ends up with negative HP but then heals above 0, so 1, can choose an ability score and raise it by 1 step for the rest of the session.
Cool.
Ooh.
What does Super Saiyan Rue look like?
Yeah.
Oh man, I think this is like the crystal comes down and she does get knocked out down into the water. And then there's just this light pulse and she is lifted up into the air and then set back on her feet, and there's just this bright glow that fades and she looks scared and furious.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this...
I have an idea. I have an idea of what the power up could look like. Her horns are like golden and like bigger and shiny.
Shiny golden
I
antlers.
like them glowing a little bit. Yeah.
Glowy antlers. Yeah, so Rue, you look around and you see all of your friends are downed. However, one more thing happens. You kind of see very briefly, very faintly, a large red dragon sort of briefly appear, shimmering in the air, and gives a great roar that sort of echoes in the chamber, and you sort of see Pierce shrink back. And with the tale of the hero, a mortally wounded PC can cheat death. If this is used when a PC would have died, the HP of all party members is immediately restored to full. Up in the air which one of you that was used on. But come on back to full health, friends.
Noise.
Whew. Ooh, this is what relief feels like. Wow, cool.
So this golden shimmer just surrounds everyone, and everyone
we
just
sort
kind
of
of
see
stands
the
back
we
on.
see the dragon kind of duck between all of you, and you are back to life, and then it vanishes.
I can like kind of exactly see how it would look like in a Tales of game, like it just spins around and everyone stands up and then disappears.
So congratulations, you're back to life and back to full health. Rue has a stat boom. So it's Mildew's turn.
What the heck happened?
Pierce looks like he's asking himself that same question because he did not expect all of you to survive that.
Joe has no idea what's going on, but is grinning.
What in the...
Mildew is just looking really, really pissed. And you can see it's forming ice crystals in the hair. and he will just walk up to Pierce and just stab him in the chest.
Oh shit. Okay. Do it.
That.
Yeah,
Oi.
I think we said homebrew wise you can jump into the front row with no. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, it's backing.
Yep.
I think that's.
Yeah, backing off you have to.
That's 10.
Okay, let's see. Let's see how he rolls with his really impressive physical statistics.
Hmm.
You said you got 10, right?
Yeah.
You hit. Do you damage?
9.
Fuck!
Nice.
What?
That is exactly what he had left.
I roll d10s,
For
and I have a magic thing that gives me plus.
However, he does have
Notes
armor.
to the world: don't break Mildew's heart.
Apparently not.
Don't mess with our casters.
No. Yeah. So he absolutely. He's down to 1 HP. So that's your turn.
Yeah.
But I think since he's down to 1 HP, and honestly, it's better for the drama. You all mind if Mildew shanks this boy?
It's fine.
I think Jill just kind of looks at him and like hands him her staff.
All right. Yeah. So you, the ice dagger, and I think we sort of see it forming more ice, kind of around the wound as he's. Well then. Do it.
Bye. And then I take the staff and just whack him in the head.
Okay.
Both punches.
So. Oh hey, I'm using the GM stuff over here on this screen. GG me. So you knock him down, and effectively the fight is over. We no longer need to worry about initiative at this point. We will take our break and come back and see what happens after.
Okay.
Well done, Mildew.
We'll see you in a few
Yeah.
minutes, friends. We are back. Hi, hello, friends. Woo! So that was a fight that happened.
Sure was.
Yep.
So, with that in mind, Mildew stabbed Pierce with his ice blade that he conjured. And, Pierce is sort of down for the count after being struck, but, he does manage to kind of pull himself back up, and you all hear a bit of a rumbling. You sort of almost think it's like the thunder of the storm you had heard from before. But then the ground underneath your feet rocks and almost knocks you all down. Please roll a dex and strength to see if you stay aloft.
That's strong.
6.
7.
Griffin got a 9.
Okay.
Rolled a 1 on my dex die.
Oh.
Ooh, boy.
Okay. Yeah, you all are kind of put off. Trill, you fall to your knees in the water with a bit of a splash, but you're not completely down. But the shaking does not stop. And you get that lurching sense, like kind of, when your stomach is jumping up into your throat kind of thing.
What's happening?
What now?
Oh
Did you do this?
Not exactly. But with its keeper gone, the shrine's going to fall.
Yeah, so he did do this. This is totally his fault, 100%.
You have minutes at most. I suspect you'd better hurry and get out of here.
Griffin, help me! And I'm gonna rush over to Lasuria because she's still out cold, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she seems to start to be coming to consciousness. And you see her sort of getting up. We have to hurry. Come, there's a way out of the shrine.
Yeah, let me help you up.
Come on, everyone.
And Trill looks to Pierce. You too, I guess. Come on. And I'm gonna like a full-on fireman carry this boy.
Okay.
I mean, I don't like him. He doesn't deserve to die.
Okay. I think we see him sort of shrink back from you initially as you try to pick him up.
Just come on.
And then he's just sort of looking confused.
What? Do you want to live or not?
I can take care of myself.
Clearly you can't. Come on. And I'm gonna just grab him at that point.
Okay.
Sort of over my shoulders.
Yeah. He's a bit
And
weak.
don't cast any weird magic stuff, okay? Don't have time.
Don't have time to kick your ass again. Oh, I guess.
So, Griffin, you have Lazuria, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You're carrying her. Trill, you have Pierce. I think at this point it's sort of a mad run. Griffin, you're in the lead as you take direction from Lazuria. She's kind of pointing the way to go as best she can to get you all out of the shrine proper, as it's literally falling down around you. Let's make a few checks to make sure y'all don't get damaged by debris. We will call this a lot of hard exercise.
Dex strength?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hard exercise, go!
9.
Okay.
3.
Oh,
Buddy.
7 for Griffin with the Syria.
okay.
5.
Okay.
How much of the people who aren't carrying other people are doing worse?
You're two
Where's the squishy casters?
Yeah, you're two
Just
sweet
roll
casters.
these dice.
Oh no. All right. So tell me what this looks like as you all are like fleeing. We see Griffin in the lead, carrying Lazuria and ducking and dodging and just narrowly evading stuff because he's trying to protect the pretty lady.
Gotta protect.
And Trill, you have the burden of Pierce, which isn't much of one because he's actually quite small. And fairly lightweight.
What if he's directing Trill as we go? Like
Probably a little.
like, watch out for that rock. I see it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that bickering going on.
Yeah.
And then you two, with your not so great rolls, what happens that impedes your progress following the others?
I'm thinking small bits fall down, perhaps a little bit sort of Mildew is just sort of staggering and perhaps get hit by some of them, and it seems like wherever he goes, there's a debris splashing down.
Yeah, you are sort of put on the back foot as like a big chunk of debris kind of falls in front of you, and you have to go around it. And Rue, how's Rue doing?
I think this is Rue trying to keep track of everyone at once and being a little bit dazed by the spell that's still sort of humming through her. So she's just not really watching where she's going and occasionally stumbling into people and just getting a bit frantic.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you guys have, your progress is a little bit slowed, and I think as you finally emerge from the temple, the archway opening behind you sort of crumbles just as Rue escapes out of it. And you keep going at Lazuria's direction toward the edge of the island as it starts to shatter, and you could try to jump to the next one. It's near enough. There's a very small rock island, but all of the area around is now dark, full of these the swirling storm that we know Carnelian was observing earlier. So it's a little hard to see, and I think it looks real grim right now as you all stand on the edge of this precipice.
Griffin's kind of give Trill a look, just kind of like all or nothing.
All or nothing. All right, I think we're what's up endangering this again.
Yeah.
Before you do that, though, make a perception check for me, if you will.
That's int dex?
I think so.
Or in spirit?
Hold on, I don't have the PDF.
I think it's Dexent.
There's a lot of things that's Dexent. That's
Yeah.
serial.
Skill checks. Perception is Dexent, yes.
Okay.
Griffin gets 9.
Okay.
6.
Okay. Griffin, you hear an engine?
Wait, I hear something.
Huh?
It's like an engine.
And as he says that, you all start to hear it. Trill, you know the sound of an Orbinian airship. Pretty well, actually. And you hear one. And as you look down below in the dark clouds, they're starting to part. You do see an airship.
Huh?
Not too far below. It's actually probably an easier jump that you could make.
Guys, new plan.
Yeah, and you better jump. Better jump. Let's go.
Jump first, questions later.
Okay.
You can do this, Rue.
It is a little concerning because these are black flags on this thing, but you know what? It's an
Well,
airship.
it's better than the falling.
And the island is starting
island.
to break apart under you.
Yeah.
No asking questions, just jump.
Yeah, I think we just call out, coming aboard.
So you jump?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do one more hard exercise to see how gracefully you land.
I'm so sorry.
Gracefully.
Not
Grace.
really.
Us with grace. That's a funny joke.
Oh wow, that was nice. 11.
Okay, good. That's good because you're carrying a person.
Griffin.
Well, it'd
You
be
got
really
six.
funny if I landed on him. Not gonna lie.
Ow.
Griffin got 16.
Is
Do you do a full-on 3-point landing?
Is he trying to impress someone?
Yes.
No,
Everyone.
oh my god.
All
does
the
Griffin
time,
really
constantly. That's his part of his character.
we just like do some full-on pirate bullshit, swinging on the rigging and something?
Yes. He like jumps with Lasseria like this, and then just kind of
my
lets
God.
go with that one hand.
He's fucking doing a princess carry.
One-armed.
But like on the way, just slows the fall with
Oh my
with a rope
God.
or something.
Oh, I love this boy a lot right now.
He's so good.
How did you all do?
8.
I critted.
Oh, okay. Mildew.
We're good at heroics, y'all.
The baddest badass of them all, Mildew the mage.
Oh, shit! I didn't realize I critted too.
Okay, so the boys
That's why I
are.
got 16.
Wait, is a crit?
A
What
crit
is a
is
crit?
the highest number that each dice can roll.
Okay.
There are
Double
also
6.
and double sixes as well.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
double sixes as well, right?
Yes. All right. So you all land. What are your incredible landings look like onto the deck of this airship?
I'm thinking Mildew is basically just running, and then it's basically just one of those, big leaps, and then just lands, and then it's just. It's
Okay.
nothing spectacular. It's just like taking a long step.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Do we just see like Rue's skirt puff out like a umbrella and like she
Yeah,
parachutes
this is
down?
a full-on Studio Ghibli leap off
Yeah.
like the what's that one in Whisper of the Heart when she leaps off the floating island and the skirt just poofs out
Mhm,
and
Yeah,
then
she-
she lands very lightly
mhm.
on the deck.
And
There's
then
like a wind that
yeah.
catches her. It's an
Yeah.
updraft. and
Griffin's
she kind of-
doing some full-on pirate ship bullshit, like swinging off the rigging and landing smoothly and setting down the lady. And Trill.
I think Trill leaps off, and while she jumps, I think this looks like is she leaps up into the air, tosses Pierce into the air, makes like a 3-point landing herself, and then stands up and so Trill is now also princess carrying someone at this moment.
We see a
Part
very
of me wishes I just that she does this and I falls behind her.
No,
This kills the boy.
oh, yeah, oh no.
I don't want him to die.
Yeah.
Don't do
I
that.
want him to be very embarrassed.
Yeah, he's dying of embarrassment right now. So good job.
I pat him twice on the head.
Hey there, nasty man.
So, as you've all landed and the engine of the airship is chopping away, you hear a very familiar voice from the helm. That was a heck of a close call. Man, am I glad to see you guys safe and sound. And it is Pace.
I know that voice.
Pace? What the heck are you doing
Pace?
here? And I just drop Pierce and do like a running
Yeah.
hug.
Pierce just hits the deck and is like, make up your mind.
Are we out of danger already, or is?
Yeah, you all are
Get out of
flying.
the
He's flying, steering you away from the island the moment you
Oh,
landed on
okay.
the deck.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Um,
good.
Well, in that
Pace,
case, I guess I'm just
Pace.
hugging onto his back then.
Man,
What are you doing here?
long story. I have a lot of questions for you too.
Well, thanks, I guess. You kind of saved our necks, actually.
Yeah, I noticed. I was just passing through. I was hoping to get some help in Sidolia, but it looked a little weird going on here, and I thought I should swing by and make sure everything was okay where the water shrine was.
Well, it's kind of super not, but we gotta. We should talk. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah. Oh. Are you okay? Talking to. Ex-dragon
Lazuria
mom.
at this point has definitely passed out. She's looking
Oh.
pretty pale, but she's
Uh,
breathing.
Is there a bed?
Yeah, there's room below decks if you've got some injured folks.
Do you have like a brig? Weird question.
There might be.
As long as
down
there's
there.
a room, we have a lot of rope.
Long
So
story.
So, also long story, I kind of stole this ship.
Oh, well,
Pace.
you know,
I mean, to be fair, I stole it from Malvora, who stole it from Orbinium, so...
I mean, if
who,
you saw it from
who even
Alberta,
owns
that's
things?
all I know.
We should get Lasuria into a bed.
Yeah.
And get that kid somewhere where you can't hurt anybody else.
Huh?
Pace
is like
hurting anyone.
trying to look and see what the hell is going on with all of you, but also trying to pilot.
Long story short, blue lady, friend, yellow boy, not friend. We can sort out the details.
Right, okay, sure. And I think we'll, for interest of time, you guys will montage the getting everybody situated thing, and we kind of end on closing. There's sort of a brig. It's more like a storage space that happens to have bars on it so that it can be used in that way.
Sure. Yeah, and we probably tied his hands or something, so you can't do it.
Yeah, so you drop him back there. He was like super wounded because he got hella stabbed. Did you do anything about that?
Nah.
Like,
Then why?
I want to, because it goes against Rue's entire moral philosophy to not.
Mhm.
I mean, and also it would be like, we saved you, now we're gonna let you die horribly in pain.
Yeah, let's let you
Yeah.
bleed out in the bottom of this airship.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Real
like
nice.
Would let you die quickly.
it's not gonna be like, yes, let's get you completely perfectly healthy again, but like bandage up the wounds and make sure he definitely does not die.
Yeah, get him stabilized.
Yeah, and try to get him as comfortable as possible.
Mhm. Yeah, which I think you do. And he's sort of just looking really dubious and not trusting the entire time, but he lets you do your work.
Kindness.
Yeah, he's like, what is this? Why are you being nice? I just tried to kill you. What the freaking heck?
Yeah, Rue's regular bedside manner is very like sweet and like, oh yeah, we'll take care of you and make sure you're all right. And this is just complete silence.
Mm,
It's just, I will fix you, but I will not be happy.
yeah. So, you get everything situated, and there's a point at which Pace says, like, this is a fancy Orbinium airship, so it's got like autopilot bullshit going on for it as well.
Oh boy.
And he's just switches a few things on and is like, "Whew, okay, so we need to talk."
Yeah.
What are you doing here, Pace?
How did you-
Yeah.
Did you get your hands on an airship? You still said you stole it from the Malvorans? You know about Malvoria?
Okay.
Also, how did you find us?
Well, tracking on these machines is pretty great, but I was really aiming for the water shrine. I didn't exactly expect you all to be there. Okay, so, after you left, Trill, everybody, those guys came back around, kind of hassled the town a little bit, but they wound up leaving. I didn't really like the cut of that, so I figured I should do some investigating, too. So I figured I'd head to Orbinium, because, you know, seems like they have their act together when it comes to info. Spent some time in Luxicorda, and then, not too long ago, it got taken over. By Malvora.
They took over entirely?
Yeah. They've, got the whole town under martial law right now. There's a lot of us that are resisting quietly, but, well, it took a lot just to get me onto one of these to steal it without them noticing right off. I was going to get help from around the other cities. They've cut off communication, so pretty much the only way to get out there. Because I know they're not going to stop.
Did this just happen, like, just now, or did we miss a lot while we were traveling?
We're gone a while.
Yeah, I suppose.
far as I know, Zelkova's still safe, but I don't imagine they're gonna stop with Luxicorda.
No. Gosh.
They're after
Trill.
that air stone that the city has. That's the part that freaks me out, to be honest.
Trill, you have the water stone, right? You took it?
I think so. Yeah.
What? You do?
Yeah. At least I think. And I pull it out of my pack. Woo! Okay, yeah. 1 water stone.
Good job, Trill.
Wow.
Oh, that's a relief.
Not that it's gonna do a whole lot of good since the shrine's gone.
Well, it's better than them having it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess that's true. But I don't know how much we can do with 1 water stone if the rest of them are been taken.
Do you know what their deal is trying to get these stones? I know they've been working on trying to get the air stone for a while, but breaking through Orbinian machinery is a whole time. Thankfully.
So they don't have it yet then.
Not yet, but they've got the tower taken over.
Well,
They want them back to, I think they're gonna use them as weapons or something to fight their war.
yeah, they said something about them not supposed to. They're not supposed to be here. They don't belong to us, and they're more important for their own war back home. But no matter what, if they take them, then bad things are going to happen over here.
The
So
war against the planet, the world fighting back because people back then took so much magic, right?
Yeah, the core of the world is fighting them. We didn't really have a lot of time to talk to the Surya before everything
look, if you want to know, if you really want to know the whole deal, we got Pierce is locked up, and he's got nothing to do but talk to us now. But I'm worried about that airstone. If they're gonna try to get at it, then that's the last one, other than the one that I'm holding right now.
Listen,
We gotta at
we should
least
go
try.
back.
Go
You guys
back.
Will you guys come back with me to Luxicorda?
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah.
Great.
You got
We
the
can't
water
just
stone,
run.
we can-
It's not gonna help anything.
Exactly.
Well, maybe if we can get the air stone out of their hands, we can at least hide it somewhere in the city so it won't drop out of the sky.
Well, that's while it's a big problem, it's also a small one if they get their hands on all of them, because then everything here will just go to.
I'm not going to let them drop Luxicorda.
Yeah.
If you're suggesting we run away just to hide the water,
No.
we're not going to do that.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna.
That's right.
We have to try.
We
Yeah.
have to try. Okay, Pace. Let's turn this ship around, I guess.
You got it. Looks like you guys have had a hard day. Why don't you take a rest? I've got the ship.
Could you sit down?
There's some supplies and food down below. Help yourself to whatever's in there. And we're probably going to need to disguise ourselves when we get back into the city. There's armor and whatnot down there too.
Neat.
Figured I'd hang on to it for situations like this. And you notice he is definitely not decked out in his usual at-home attire. He's dressed in what looks like it might have been a Malvoran uniform. It's just not the black armor you have seen before.
Yeah. Trill's giving him I have some questions looks right now.
Disguise.
I
had to get onto the ship somehow. You don't seriously think I would join up with those jerks, do you?
No, but it's weird that works on you. Just saying. Also, does Lath know you're here? Does Dad know you're here?
I think that question answered itself.
I
Going to flip out.
I was gonna write home, but they've cut off communication. What was I supposed to do? They're fine, I'm sure.
Get the magical owl as well.
What?
Oh yeah, we found a magic owl technology thing from forever ago. It's fine, I fixed it. You would have been I wish you would have loved Powell. You're gonna love Powell.
Man. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, for now I should sleep. I'm really tired.
Yeah. You definitely are. You babble when you're tired. Go to bed.
I babble all the time, excuse you. And I
Whatever.
march back.
And he goes back to the helm, and you see him flip a few switches and levers and such, and the ship kind of lurches a little bit as you can feel it turn pretty wide on an axis as he starts to route it toward Orbinium. Is there anything you all want to do before you go to bed? Or
Just a
anything
suggestion
you want to
that
talk
we
with each
should-
other?
Check on ex-Dragon Mom.
Lazoria, yeah.
Elizabeth.
I'm gonna actually go up to the helm and talk to Pace.
Okay.
Pace.
Hmm?
I'm gonna go rest in a minute. I just wanted to ask, are my moms okay?
Yeah. I mean, as far as I know, everybody back home's fine.
Okay, good. I just got worried.
I mean, I'm sure they're worried sick about you. And he kind of puts a hand on your head and gives a little ruffle. It's been a while. But you look good.
Yes. It's been a whole day, huh?
Sounds like you guys have been having a hell of an adventure, more like. Kind of jealous.
Look at you stealing airships.
I mean, it's not any different from what I did back home half the time, you know.
No, that is true. Well, I just wanted to check. I'm gonna go rest now.
All right. Get some sleep.
Yeah. And I'm gonna head down and rest close to Lasoria in case she needs something.
She seems to be fine. She's gotten some color back. You, knowing as you do about magic and healing things, you probably can safely assume that she was just in quite a bit of shock given the level of magic that was pretty much ripped from her. It was a considerable wound that she's sort of having to adjust to, but she seems healthy and stable otherwise. Anybody else want to do anything before you go to bed for the evening?
I think Griffin's gonna check in with Mildew. Just kind of be like,
Yeah.
so that was a lot, right, buddy? You
Mildew
okay?
is probably sitting and having his normal dagger in front of him and just looking at it and just trying to point, but he's afraid to just touch it.
Just gonna put a hand on his shoulder and kind of sit down. You doing okay? Been staring at that dagger for a while.
I'm not so sure.
Well, we went through a lot today, so understand. It's not every day someone you admire turns out to be a evil sorcerer from an army of black-clad soldiers trying to destroy this world to, fuel their war. That doesn't happen every day.
I think I've read about that in a book.
Are you sure? It's kind of specific.
Okay, perhaps it wasn't like that. Perhaps it was just, about a, carpenter and a sort of a scribe, but the gist is there.
Sure.
But yeah.
Still processing, huh? Did kind of go nuts on him.
Yeah, it was far too easy to just stab him.
Too easy.
Yeah. We all went down, and then I just went angry, and I just walked up and stabbed him. It should have been harder.
And when we're in a situation like that, it's kind of life and death. You kind of zero in on what you want to do, huh?
But yeah, he turned out to be a real dick.
Oh yeah, total dick. Kind of got that vibe from the start, but I didn't want to say anything. But
yeah, I remember him a little bit different in school, but yeah, it was.
People change, maybe.
Or perhaps I just didn't want to see it. It's.
Perhaps. Could be a bit of both.
You know what would be cool though? To learn that spell with the crystals.
Oh yeah. That'd be totally awesome. But with like ice, because that's your thing, right? Kinda dusting.
Yeah, a giant snowball that just comes down and just.
Yeah. Giant snowman.
Sure.
In any case, I think we both need sleep. So
yeah.
So you both kind of settle down, and this is a airship that is clearly designed for more than one or two. It's not like the little skiff you guys had where you pretty much just had enough room for all of you. This is clearly intended to be staffed by a crew, and Pace has been making it work for one somehow. So you got plenty of room to stretch out.
Did he use rope?
Probably.
like rope system, he just needs to pull one thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Trill probably made some adjustments, just like as like we were walking to our sleeping quarters, just like a couple like, oh, that's wrong.
We hear him come down for the evening later after he's got it sort of on autopilot to take a quick like 10-minute nap. It's like, hey. And you all sleep undisturbed. And go ahead and make a camp check. Just two of you, I think. And we will just to see how well you kind of like bedded down.
Cool.
I'll roll.
And then you will get your health back if you succeed.
That's a 13.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you guys can double your current HP up to max and your MP as well. And as you wake up, let's do condition checks for everybody.
Oh boy. Strength spirit.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Well, this is what happens when you expect for stuff. Oh, that's a 3.
Oof. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I
that's
got
not
6.
that's not a fumble, right?
No, it was
Yeah.
very close, but that was a 2 and a 1.
You're
So
fine.
we're good.
You're okay.
That's an 11.
Okay. So a
9.
3, an 11, a 9, and what did you get for Griffin?
6, as usual.
Okay.
I never have to change my condition. Like,
Alright.
it's always 6 for some reason.
All right. What's up with Trill?
I think she just couldn't sleep.
Just
yeah,
so
she's-
much has happened.
Well, and also she's super worried about the people on Orbinium. Like she knows people there. She had friends there. And yeah, I think she was just up tossing and turning and didn't actually get much sleep. I think she probably actually was ended up getting out of bed at some point during the night and just like wandering the ship, and so there are many adjustments made to Pace's rigging by the time he's woken up.
Yeah. So I think, but you actually wake up and he's already up again. He's basically been taking like small cat naps in shifts through the night, and so he can keep on top of the ship.
Okay.
So I think by
Power
the time,
napping to success.
yeah, basically, which is not uncommon for him anyway. I think when you're definitely the first to wake up, Trill, because whew, rough night. So you're up way early before the sun has even come up, and he's already up there on the ship, steering it as per usual, looking on ahead, and here's you.
Oh, can I not sneak up on him and do like a guess who kind of situation?
If you want.
Excellent. Then yeah, Trill does like a sneak, and then oh, he wears goggles same as Jill does, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think there are probably we've established there are like different lenses on these goggles.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say that one of them is like a hardcore like light blocking one, like effectively just like a
blinder thing,
like a blinder type thing. So I think she like snaps those down on his goggles. Guess who?
Morning.
Morning.
Pushes them back up. So
Did you sleep? Have you been out here all night?
On and off, same as you apparently. See, you've been busy with the ropes.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're okay, but I was
Come on.
always better with the rig work than you.
Come on, you gotta give me some credit. I've stolen a few of your tricks.
I mean, I guess I can give you a few points. You did kind of save my life last night.
Oh, kind of, I guess.
Kind of, I guess.
He sort of ruffles your hair.
Hey.
Are you doing okay? I mean, really.
I mean, I guess it depends. You know, aside from the whole island of people, like, about to fall out of the sky, and I'm being worried about our forest drying up and all that, I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
I can't show them. You know,
I get it.
They're more worried than I am. None of them have done anything like this.
I don't think any of us have done anything like this exactly.
Well, like this exactly, no, but
Yeah.
Seriously though, that's gonna kill you.
You know, they're a little
And
busy.
I want to see it, so we better both get out of this alive, okay?
Of course. Besides, they're a little busy back home making sure everything is safe there.
How is it back home with the tree gone, the stone gone?
I mean, I didn't tell Rue. I didn't want her to freak out, but stuff is starting to dry up. The tree's not looking great.
Okay. Well, then we'll just have to find a way to fix it. We've always found ways to fix stuff before.
Yeah.
This is just a little bigger.
Well, I mean, you got one stone. We're gonna get the air stone somehow.
Somehow.
Then we just gotta find the rest, right?
Yeah.
Pretty safe bet they've got them, so we know where they are.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Kinda. Well, close. It's a start. It's all we got, so.
Yeah.
Let's
I
do
think,
with what we have.
and I think while these two are talking, the rest of you start to wake up. You don't really catch the conversation, but you come above decks.
Are we there yet?
Soon. And you can see above or ahead the clouds in general. Like, it's pretty dark and gloomy in general now in the skies, which is new. And you can kind of see further ahead there are a few lights that indicate Luxicorta is ahead. Trill, you know this is not nearly as many as you are used to seeing. That city should be lighting up any dark sky like a beacon, and this is not quite like that. So I think as we come onto the horizon of Luxicorda looming there. We will take another quick break and come back for some city sneaking times. So we will see you all soon, friends.
Whew.
We are back.
Just
Everyone is questioning if we're doing a heist. I don't know.
we're doing a heist.
I don't know that we're doing a heist.
We're going in to get a stone. That sounds like a heist.
You are going to sneak into a place to hopefully steal a stone, but we'll see what actually happens.
Blades in Ryuutama.
If we're gonna switch systems, now it's Blades in the Dark.
Total
All right,
mismatch.
switching over to the leech. Be right back.
BRB while we find another system to play the latter half of this game in. Can you all hang on for
Hashtag
like 4
anthology
hours? God.
Yeah,
We're
let's
switching
let's
over.
just
We're
wrap
switching over to second edition Dungeons and Dragons.
Ryuutama in the dark. Dragons in the dark.
Oh.
But actually though. Alright. Let's get you all where you need to be, shall we? So, as the airship neared the once magnificent, sprawling city of Luxacorda, it was immediately apparent that Pace had spoken true. Orbinian ships flew about the air docks, but their livery was black, and they had been outfitted with symphonic crystals that glowed with a foreboding energy now familiar to the travelers. And Pace is kind of, he's flying in nice and easy, careful, and seems to have things set up to signal in such a way that it's not drawing attention.
I'm assuming everyone's switched to their
Yeah.
I think you guys have had
undercover outfits.
had time to get yourselves disguised and such.
Are we in like the armor, or is there like a civilian?
There's
thing that we're in?
assorted Malvoran style uniforms and things. Not
Okay.
necessarily all of it is the black armor you are used to seeing. And for instance, Lazuria has awakened and is going to be with you, and she's got a cloak to cover up all that hair.
Man, their uniforms really chafe. No wonder they're so
fabric is-
sour all the time.
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah, it's weird stuff, but I mean, keeps us from being noticed.
I tried one of their helmets, but it's got to be a little bit cold, so I'm gonna go with the hood.
Yeah. So you, Mildew, you find like what is probably like a Malvoran Magus uniform. So it's kind of like a coat and whatnot. It's similar to the attire that you remember Pierce wearing when you didn't realize it was Pierce, with the hood and sundry.
Yep.
His was definitely much more ornate, giving you the impression he probably had a rank. But in any case, you and Lazuria are cloaked in robes. I assume, did Rue kind of do the same?
Probably.
Okay. What do you do about the antlers?
That's right. We've seen a couple of Malvoran soldiers, right?
Uh-huh.
How many of them were animal people?
None of them.
Right.
Is there a hat? A big hat?
Most of them, as you think about this now, because you all did get pretty up close into Pierce's business, he looks like a lot of them. There's crystal colorations and things, although quite a lot of them actually had horns. Not unlike what you first saw on Lazuria. More draconic in nature.
Oh, I'm gonna have to do something about that.
Can we... Is there stuff to build something over horns so they look like tiny dragon horns instead?
You could probably color them so that they look more like gemstone colored.
Yeah, because they're fairly
Guys,
small.
I got a marker.
Doing some old-timey cosplay here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like flashbacks to wig coloring circa 2004.
Oh god.
Quick, does anybody have a spray can? Yeah.
You also, I will remind you, you have symphonic crystal shards.
Yeah.
that you could probably like do
Just
something.
take
with.
some rope and just tie him to.
Yeah, combine rope and crystal shards.
Yeah,
It's
let's
like a
adventure game this.
Yeah. We'll assume you get a chance to do that. Roll what would be good for
Count
trying
as,
to
like,
do a disguise? Do you want to use like one of your
That's what I'm thinking.
your
This is counts
make thing?
as an expert craftsmanship.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. All right.
Do it.
I'll also give you a
can
plus
do it.
1 because we can assume Pace is assisting because he's good
Okay.
at everything you're good at.
Yeah. Yep, with the right tools and materials, you can build or reconstruct everything from simple contraptions to intricate mechanical devices. Okay.
Or cosplay.
Or cosplay, apparently. I've used this skill exactly twice. Once to actually fly an airship, and once for cosplay.
As it should
And my cosplay roll is better. 15.
Okay.
This is the
Damn.
best dragon person cosplay in existence.
We flash back to whatever our version of Halloween is back in Arborea, and it's just every year Pace and Trill fucking killed it.
Mhm.
All Spirits Night.
Yeah, so I think between your combined efforts and probably Rue helping with a little titch of magic, you've, like, broken up the crystal shards in such a way that you could kind of, like, coat her antlers with them, so that at a glance they look more, like, they still are antler-shaped, but they're crystalline in a way that it's like, okay, that could probably pass.
Okay, it's gonna have to be good enough.
It looks pretty good.
Let's hope so.
Just,
Bump into anything.
and don't let anybody see your face.
Okay. Put down.
So...
Griffin's just gonna wear like a soldier armor, I think.
Yeah, so you just look like any old Malvoran soldier.
It's not very flashy.
I guess
Oh,
I'll
well.
tie my hair into like a very stern bun.
Oh boy.
Closest thing Trill can do to
Yeah.
to evil Empire bitch look, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. And Lazoria is thusly cloaked. What about what are you guys gonna do with Pierce? Are you just gonna leave
Oh.
him chilling in the brig?
I mean,
I mean,
unless we can we get him to talk about stuff? It's not like
You are now docked at
Yeah.
the ship.
it's
at the,
kind of
uh,
late
city.
for that.
yeah.
And I don't think we can just let him go because then he will.
Yeah, he will.
No, he'll tell everybody. We have to.
Yeah.
We'll just have to barricade him here and hope for the best. We don't have time to do anything else.
No.
Can do like several like
So many
lock
locks.
traps. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just use
So
some of the
many
rope,
locks.
just tie stuff
Yeah.
together.
Like his hands are bound. So many locks. Presumably.
A
you-
chair at the door handle.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we left him like. Well, we left him like a piece of bread or something, so he doesn't like starve to
Yeah.
death.
He's just gonna be in the bottom of the ship. You're hoping to come back, so
Mhm.
you leave him there and hope for the best. And as you march down the plank leading onto the docks, the docks are guarded. Pace is kind of leading the way, and has like put on his cap and whatnot so that he looks like, you know, an airship captain or something. And he kind of stands at attention in a way that sort of mirrors what he sees them do. You get the sense
Griffin.
that he's kind of been doing this a while.
Griffin's gonna do his best to just kind of mimic,
Imitate that. Yeah, the guards
but a
kind
step
of
behind him.
yeah, the
like,
guards
you know.
kind of block the way before all of you can step out onto the actual docks. State your name and business. And
I think we all looked at Pace.
yeah. Pace is like, reporting back from scouting mission to Sidolia. And he rattles off like some name of a given crew, which as you glance at like the side of the ship, you're like, oh, that's what it's called. It's like, oh,
Really?
the Chrysler barrel is reporting back. So cool, excellent. And they kind of look at him and look at all of you, and you see one of the guards kind of his eyes linger on Rue in specific for a while.
She's standing like very still in the shadow of, I don't know, Trill, maybe. Just sort of, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah, Trill is trying to angle herself so that she's at least blocking one of the.
Yeah, kind of changes
Kind of
what leg she's weighing on, so she's kind of.
Yeah. And it's this very, very tense moment before they part. All right, go on. And Pace just kind of gives a smart salute to them and nods to each of you very quickly and marches onward. And he sort of leads you off around a corner to the city. So, thus disguised, they made their way through the city. For Trill, Luxacorta should have been a familiar sight. But gone was the bustle of a never-sleeping city. The brilliant lamps and machinery crafted by the artisans of Orbinium were shut down, motionless or stripped from their posts, likely repurposed by the Malvorans for some other means. Gone was the scent of toasting bread, and in the absence of airship horns blaring at one another as they went about their business, the city seemed hollow, ghostly, and cold. Above it all, the campanile at the center of town, where that hour would be tolled in sonorous tones, looked on silent and looming. That was where Pace pointed. There. They keep the crystal up there in the campanile, with the bell. Place is probably crawling with guards. We gotta be careful.
How come they haven't gotten it yet? Is there just too much stuff in front of it, or?
It's hooked up to a machine that keeps Luxacorta and this island in the air. It's too heavy, otherwise the natural magic of these islands wouldn't ever bear up the city.
Huh.
So if we take it out of there, won't it crash?
Oh,
Well, we can probably rig something up, but if we leave it where it is, they're going to take it.
we'll have to figure something out.
As long as we don't leave the city with it, should buy us some time.
Suppose that's the best we can do.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it's something. All right, so how do we
any-
get in?
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say.
You all ready to pretend to be soldiers again? Gonna sneak up a tower.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Why not?
What's our story?
We're soldiers?
Yeah. Let's.
Oh, hopefully we won't need to talk at all.
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
There's a guard shift that changes every couple hours. If we can wait on that, we'll be able to make our way through, I think.
Okay.
Or we'll just knock out the guys at the bottom and hurry.
Keep knocking it out all through the tower. Sure.
Oh, that's worked well enough for us in the past.
Well,
Okay.
the tower's not much inside. It's pretty much just stairs and stairs and stairs. So I don't know that we're gonna run into anyone up there. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, but let's do it anyway.
And as you say that, Mildew, you feel a gentle hand rest on your shoulder. Lazoria hasn't really said anything, but she smiles gently at you. Okay. And Pace kind of adjusts the sword that he's wearing at his hip, which is new, Trill, to you.
Yeah. I'm giving that a look.
And he leads you on around several back roads until you get to the tower, which is indeed crawling with guards kind of around the perimeter. But there are really only two at the door. So, how in what manner would you like to sneak by these guards? Would you like to fakey fake it, or are you just gonna knock them out?
I think, like, we're really good at knocking things out. At least Griffin is, but
On
might
the
be safer to wait for guard shift. At least see it, like, if we wait for a opportunity to just replace the guards.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because if
Well,
we
sounds like Go ahead.
if we sneak our way by, everything will look normal. If we knock them out, someone might find them, and then there will be an alarm raised. So
We do have to get out once we're in. Yeah.
Then we can knock people out.
Okay. All right. Who wants to come with me and do the talking?
Trill opens her mouth and then shuts her mouth and looks at Griffin.
I think maybe.
Come on, you look tough.
I'll do it.
He elbows you in the armor. Clank.
I didn't feel this is actually good armor. Yeah.
It's like, wow, they make really good armor. I hate that.
Yeah. Gotta give it to him.
I hate that I like this upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'll do my best.
All right. So the two guards wait, and you march up with the others, kind of waiting off to the side, and Pace does the salute to them, and one of them is kind of like they exchange a look with each other, kind of early. Heard there was something going on at the tower. Figured we should show up and back you guys up. And they're like, okay. They don't appear like they're concerned about getting an early let-off shift. All right. It's all yours. And so they kind of exchange salutes and march off the side, and Pace adopts a position replacing one of them and kind of directs you to do the same.
Yeah. Goes and stands there, looking very regal.
Yeah, so you stand there at attention for a few minutes and kind of look around. And then Pace kind of makes a gesture.
And
So the
yeah, I
rest
think
of
we see like the three heads like pop one by one around a corner. Come on.
Okay, let's get in before the others come.
Okay.
yeah,
And-
gotta jog in
Yep.
behind
That tower.
whoever's leading.
Yep, you jog into the tower. Pace stops at the door and kind of rigs. You see him like rigging up something to basically like lock it from the inside so that when the inevitable guards appear and wonder what the hell is going on, they're gonna be a bit delayed in actually being able to get in.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so here goes.
All right.
It's a lot of stairs.
I guess we gotta start climbing.
And so, you start climbing. Up the spiraling heights of steep, narrow stairs they went, with only the clattering of their disguised footfalls for company. The interior walls of the campanile thrummed with power, cables and wires glowing a soft, pulsing white that kept the climb from being entirely dark. A cool breeze seemed to breathe from the collection of veins lining the walls, likely the work of the airstone. At intervals, a narrow window would share a glimpse of the city below them, streets empty of all but a few citizens who appeared to be forced into seeing to the soldiers' affairs, or the brave few who refused to let the invaders cow them into hiding in their homes. So you are climbing many floors. It's stairs, so you don't need to really deal with exercise per se. You're all capable of climbing stairs. And you're getting... But it is... There's not really, like, a rail on the one side, and it is very dizzying the higher and higher you go. This is the bell tower that stands in the center of Luxacorta, and it is the tallest structure possibly in the world. Luxacorta is very proud of their bell tower. You are going way up high. So, you keep on climbing. How is
Griffin's
everybody?
gonna kind of do some small talk
Yeah, how
on
is
the way up. Just
how is everybody feeling?
yeah. Griffin's gonna be like, this place is really gloomy. Trill, what was it like before?
Not
All
like
this.
this. Not like this at all. It's like they sucked the whole life out of the city.
Yeah, you can almost
This
feel
is supposed to
it.
be colorful and loud and full of life, and now it's just. These people have a lot to answer for.
Damn right they do. How you guys doing? Okay, Rue, Mildew.
I'm really scared, but I think I can do this.
We got your back, okay?
I am
As
not
long as we're
looking.
together.
We can do this.
Azuria?
I'm all right, all things considered. Please be careful, everyone.
When have we ever not been careful?
Yeah,
I could-
careful is our middle name.
I could name a few times.
All of the times? All
Oh,
the
yeah.
times.
I don't know.
Oh,
that I
there's a
have
lot of
much
stairs.
There is. I don't know that there's much I can do to help you, but I will try not to be a burden. Make sure you keep
We'll keep you
yourself
safe. Yep.
Keep
Yeah.
yourselves safe first, please.
It's just a tower with a stone keeping the whole island afloat at the end of it, and possibly a whole bunch of evil soldiers. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
We're gonna be fine.
That could go wrong.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Everyone just kind of looks to Trill and is like, don't jinx it.
Too late.
No.
So
Don't say it.
assume.
Okay, cute narrative thing though. I think as she says, "What could possibly go wrong?" I think that's when she actually trips and starts to fall over the side of this ledge.
No.
and
Yeah.
catches her or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay,
Trill, are you okay?
Yeah, of course. Totally fine.
Maybe
Jeez.
run closer to the wall.
Yeah. Watch it. Jeez. Alright. So, for all intents and purposes, dear audience, assume this is the RPG dungeon where not much narratively occurs, but you're probably doing a lot of walking and puzzle solving and fighting.
There's literally in Tales of Symphonia a whole level that's just stairs.
Yeah, it's that.
Yep.
Like even the characters themselves complain about it.
Well, we're all gonna have like amazing glutes by the end of this.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I
Right.
didn't think I would say it, but I miss grinding.
But
So.
think of the ass you're gonna have by the time it's gonna be beautiful.
That's going to explain the second class that Mildew chooses later.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
No.
The twerking class?
All right. So, as you
Season of Summer Bod.
season of summer bod, Jesus.
That's a benediction.
So, leg day has arrived.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Promise Tree season finale, leg day.
Mildew more like hugged you.
Swoldew.
Swoldew.
All right. So anyway, coming back to the dark and serious tone of this particular episode.
Mm-hmm.
You reach the top of the tower. And as the travelers crested the final step leading to the Campagnol's bell chamber, the tower shuddered violently. The pulsing glow of the cables and the breeze of the airstone's power sputtered a few times, hissed sharply, and then died, leaving a gaping silence hanging in the moment. In the bell chamber, Jadar stood amongst a throng of Milvorans, the airstone in his hand, his mechanical arm blade-like. At his feet lay the severed cables that once led to the stone's cage, wriggling in their death throes. He offered it to a taller man, crowned with crystalline horns and clad in resplendent black and crystal robes, standing beside him, before noticing the travelers, causing all of the Malvorans to turn. But it was the horn-crowned man who smiled. My, you are every bit as persistent as Jadar claimed you were. Welcome, children, to the stage of Amaria's most grand finale.
Oh no.
How do you know it's us? We're in disguise.
Your disguises aren't that good.
Those very good cosplay horns slowly.
We sort of see, like,
flips off her antler. Clank.
Griffin has his spear, golden, like, just reflecting everything. It's like, point taken.
And Pace is looking a little concerned. Weirdly, Jadar sees all of you and looks less smug than you've usually seen him. He looks kind of upset. What are you all doing here?
You seem to have something that doesn't belong to you.
We're trying to keep you from killing a whole island's worth of people.
He's
Put the stone back where it belongs.
It's a little late for that.
Well, then fine. Okay, sorry, you were gonna say something.
The other man sort of puts up a hand to forestall Jadar from responding to you. You notice he sort of backs away very quickly. I'm simply reclaiming what once belonged to me. I don't think you have any quarrel in this matter.
If I understand correctly, it belonged to the world, not you.
Not quite. It was stolen and used to create this farce of a world. I think there is one among you who could answer those questions if she would be so inclined. Lazuria Lapistel. And you sort of see behind you Lazuria sliding down her hood. Arya Knight. Why? You know exactly why, traitor. I'm taking back what you stole from me all those years ago. Now, which of you lovely little children has the water stone?
I think everyone just kind of gets combat ready. Like, as soon as he says that.
It's right
Wouldn't
here.
you like to know?
I think Trill should say so. It's right here. And we're not children.
Yeah, we're like 20.
You say that? And he laughs.
No, I don't think that's a bit.
Very well. We shall bargain like adults then. You can give me the stone, and you can walk away from this place safely, or I shall take it from you, and we shall see in what manner that occurs. The choice is yours.
I think Trill readies her pole. I think you know the answer to that.
And behind you, or behind Arya Knight, Jadar, who has shifted his blade arm back to a hand. You idiots, just give it to him!
Not a chance.
So, there are probably 20 odd soldiers in this room, and they all sort of circle around all of you. What do you do?
Oh, we're a bunch of brightly colored anime teenagers. I'm sure we'll work something out.
Hmm.
We are still in the doorway, right?
You entered the room.
Yeah. We're not like standing like this.
Yeah, this is a large chamber. I don't think you like peeked through the doorway.
No, I was just thinking if you could, take 2 steps back and just shut the door and then go, bye.
No, we're not running away though.
Yeah. I think Griffin just kind of take a defensive stance and is like spear ready against anyone who seems to be approaching with attack intent.
Here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much machinery in this room, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a valve or something that I could potentially lasso, pull loose, and cause some sort of like scene-based chaos in here?
Possibly, although the power that sustained them is rapidly dying, so you might not
Right, but
have
it's
much to work with.
Having much to work with, not having much to work with is fine, as long as it's something that would provide enough of a distraction to us not be dealing with 20 soldiers at once.
Okay. Dex int check, please.
Yes, ma'am. Dex int. Okay, well I should have concentrated, but that's a 9.
Let's see. As good as a pro. So what do you do exactly? And what is your aim?
So I think what my aim is, I think there's like a giant bundle of like cables or something in the middle of this machine that are all bound together that are. So you said that Jadar like severed them, like they're kind of.
Yeah,
Okay.
effectively what he did is he cut the cord that was connecting the cell where the crystal was to the power grid of Luxacorda.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the power grid is powered by these crystals as well? Like those were used potentially as a power source?
Well, when I say power grid, I mean the power grid that's keeping the island afloat.
Oh, I know. Yeah, and my question is if I threw like one of those sound crystals in here enough to like create one sort of final shockwave with these severed cords, I guess is what I'm asking.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. If this is too much, then I'm not gonna deal with that.
Maybe it's rather you pull a kind of cooling valve. It's not dependent on the power of the stone. It's more like a cooling, and it goes. Starts.
Yeah, are you just trying to cause a distraction in the room?
Yeah, that's what yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you cut a cord and some stray air blows out, which will cause a distraction amidst the handful of soldiers. However, the two important people in the room are better prepared, and you do notice that you sort of see the new challenger, if you will, spreads his hand, and a crystal staff, much like what you saw Pierce wielding, although this one is kind of black and white and shimmering instead of the golden color of his, just sort of springs into life in his hands, and he very quickly just makes a gesture, and a barrier springs up around him, protecting him from the onslaught of high-pressured air that the soldiers are sort of struggling against. Yeah. It was very amusing. Do you have anything else you'd like to distract or play with? I don't really have much time.
Was there anything anyone else wanted to do while they were distracted and that was happening?
Yeah. These barriers up. Just.
I mean, you could try to attack him if you wanted.
Yeah, like as soon as the smoke came, I think Griffin would have tried to toss one of his spears at whoever is holding the stone, trying to knock it out of their hands.
So you would have tried to knock it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that is part of where you see that he has raised a shield, because the spear just sort of bounces off of it and clatters to the floor. He has the stone in hand, and just sort of very briefly lets it hover there, and it vanishes.
Ah.
So, the water stone.
I'm gonna step in front of Trill. And I'm gonna spread my arms out, and I'm gonna say, Trill, when you get the chance, run.
But what?
You need to get the stone away from him.
Well, if I run, you're coming with me.
You see him start to raise the staff, and you recognize the gestures because you definitely encountered this spell not too long ago, as a magic circle starts to form. This is big magic.
Your stone's gone. There's nothing we can do. Come on.
Run! You first!
Do you start to run?
I grab Rue's arm and I start to run.
Okay. If anyone is straggling, Lazuria is going to push each of you out the stairs. And
Yeah, Griffin's gonna try to whack a few soldiers before he's getting shoved out.
Yeah. So, you get pushed out of the room as that magic unleashes, and you hear a thunderous crash inside the chamber, and even see the light kind of blast against the doors. And now you are running down the stairs, back up the way you came. You do have the water stone, though.
So what's the plan?
I don't think we have one.
And the doors crash open, and the soldiers are giving chase. So run on down those steps as fast as you can, friends.
Yep.
Hauling ass.
As I run down, I will cast a spell.
Okay. What are you casting?
Snowball storm.
Okay. Just to, like, keep the soldiers from getting hot on your tail?
Yeah, so an area of the stairs will be about
Okay.
lots of snowballs in, so hopefully they might,
Okay.
trip and fall or something.
Okay. Yeah, Lazuria is kind of bringing up the rear behind you, and even further behind her, Pace is sort of fighting a few of them back as he's following after all of you.
I'm gonna toss my helmet behind and see if that kind of can get someone.
Okay. Let's just in general do an accuracy check to see if you succeed at dealing with them.
Accuracy is
Whatever it is for your weapon.
okay. For my weapon, that is 12.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to keep. We see a few of them falling off the edge of the stairs,
Oh shit!
being dealt with as you flee, and we'll kind of progress through this chase as you are booking it back to the docks, I assume,
I mean, yeah, that's our
Or-
only escape route, but
or someplace to hide.
Would Trill know any places in this city to hide since she's been here?
I'd imagine so.
I think I used to. I don't think I would now. I think I would default to look to Pace for that now,
Yeah.
unless he's part of some resistance group thing.
Yeah. So you all get out of the tower, and Pace is like, "Come on, this way."
do we need to find some kind of alarm to tell people that this island is gonna crash?
No time to figure that out right now.
Maybe if I shout at them.
Yeah, I think probably. Well, I guess we're trying to hide. That's probably not the greatest idea.
I know.
So you're booking it?
Yeah.
Ace is
I think. Sorry, if there is like a civilian like that we can grab as we pass and like do like the island's about to fall, no time to explain, go tell everybody. Like
ETFO.
Yeah, you managed to, you sort of pass by someone who appears like they were probably on some sort of errand, likely for the guards, and you grab them and warn them, and there's just this look of, what? But they can kind of see what's coming after you, and so they book it and run. They believe you.
A swarm of soldiers.
Yeah,
like...
you have proof.
Yep.
And also, as you are fleeing, that unfortunate lurching situation you are growing familiar with is definitely... The ground is moving. It is not as rapid and sudden as it was on the Water Shrine Island, because this isle is much, much, much bigger. Yeah. But it definitely feels... It's almost like you're on the deck of a ship on the water. It's bobbing a little bit, and it's not steady. And that has never happened in all the time you've been at Luxicorda before, Trill. You get the impression it will fall, but it will probably fall slowly.
I mean, it's a naturally floating island.
It's just that the city itself is so
It's
big
so
and heavy that it kind of needed that help to fly. So you are booking it away. And
Yeah, I mean, if the island is sinking, I guess we're going for the airship.
Is everyone in agreement?
Yeah, if the island's...
Yeah, what else can we do,
doesn't
really?
make much sense.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You head back around the docks, and you kind of know the way because you snuck through. You're going more or less retracing your steps. And one more... I guess we'll do hard exercise. I wish there was something better for running fast. Okay.
14.
Dylan is right. Could just do dex, I guess.
10.
10. Okay.
3.
Oh, no. All right.
Mildew. Boo.
Okay, so you guys are fleeing, and Mildew, what stops you?
I think in a panic, Mildew makes a wrong turn or something.
Okay. Yeah, so you sort of find your way down an alley and have to kind of retrace around. We'll say for interest of time you manage to make it, but it's pretty close and you have to duck away from some soldiers in the doing. Thankfully you're still disguised, so maybe they don't quite notice in the hubbub. And you make your way to the ship, but you are blocked by the guards who are now on alert. And the others are coming up behind you. Although there are far less of them. At this point, they seem to have been dispatched. As you scattered through the city, they were sort of scattered to find you. And the one that is left is the one you know best. It's your friend, Jadar. Though he doesn't look inclined to fight right now. He does not have the sword out, or rather, it sort of disappears again as he pat it out. Are you gonna... What do you do?
I think Griffin kind of stops behind everyone to kind of meet him as he kind of comes closer.
Pace is kind of with you, and has drawn his sword. And is like, go! Go!
Okay. No!
We're coming!
not leaving
Just
you
get it
guys
started! Get it started!
Trill, get it going!
Trill hesitates for 1 second, and okay, but you better be right behind me.
Right
And
behind you.
then I'm just gonna try to clothesline a couple of these soldiers.
Just clang, clang.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, just do your accuracy check, and we'll assume
Okay.
if you succeed, you will hit them.
11.
Sweet, as good as a pro. You're apparently pro at clotheslining people. Whatever that means. Yeah, you knock them off of the docks into what would be water, but this is not water.
Right.
I'm sure there's like nets
They're
Oh,
yeah,
under
yeah,
there,
no.
so they just kind of fall
Yeah,
in into
exactly.
Yeah. No, we don't kill people.
them. Yeah,
Except for those people that Griffin dropped down a tower.
they have armor. They're fine.
I'm sure they could have
Shocking.
survived.
That's how
Right.
physics work.
Yeah, it's fine. They're okay.
Yeah, Griffin is kind of sticking his spear against Jadar as he approaches.
Yeah. And Jadar pauses and just watches the rest of you go, and he's not really initiating a fight.
What's your deal?
Get off the island. Go.
Just kind of nudges Trill's brother for a moment, like just go, and just gives a final look at Jadar. What?
Yeah, Pace is kind of like, okay, that's weird behavior, because
Yeah.
he knows this is the guy that stole the tree. But he
Yeah.
also runs up the docks and is like, come on!
Yeah, just one like last eye to eye like take, and then runs.
And he summons up the sword again, but only long enough to cut the deck, like the plank leading to your ship, away. And just sort of waits as you all go. Trill, do you start the ship and get it going?
Yeah, once I saw that everyone else was coming on board.
Okay. Yeah, so you skate away from that, and the island is definitely now starting to sink in earnest. I need to roll a couple things here.
Does it flip?
Does it
Does
flip?
it, like that's the roll.
Oh
Does it
god.
just kind of?
Does it flip? No, the roll is to see how well the airship holds up under the inevitable movement of gravity around this thing. Who's piloting? Trill, are you gonna take the lead here?
If I was already at the helm of the ship, I think I would just keep doing that.
Okay.
Unless Pace really, like, was angling to take over steering for
No.
some reason.
No. So yeah, you've got it. And I think we see the island start to dip, and the more it dips, the more difficult it is for you to keep control of the ship as this thing goes.
Hold on tight, guys. This might be a little bumpy.
Okay.
Um,
Rope around the arm.
Business as usual.
And as we sort of pull the camera away to sort of see this thing start to rapidly sink more and more, this island doesn't break apart the way the shrine did. It's not falling in the same fashion, it's just sinking very slowly toward the ocean. But you can all sort of see as it crashes and meets with the water. And then you hear a shattering, like glass, but deeper and larger and broader. And it continues to sink further and further and further before it starts to kind of right itself and float on the water a bit. All of this happens almost so slowly. And time seems to just freeze a little bit as you all watch this happen, fully unable to do anything. And the ship you're on is wavering badly from the disturbance in the air, and starts to kind of wheel downward a little bit. It's going to be a struggle for you to also keep it aloft.
Guys, you might be going down a little hard.
It's the only way to do it.
I think Rue is just clinging to the mast and crying at this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and I think we see like Lazuria is clutching onto you, Rue, as well. Pace comes up to you, Trill, and is like doing what he can to help man the ship. Which this is where it's at a disadvantage because this is a ship meant to be manned by probably at least 10 people. And you are fighting against it. And by, the water gets closer and closer. But you notice as you get nearer to where the island seems to be floating or wedged on the water is falling down into a deep, dark pit that has opened up, broken shards. And that is where you are headed. You can see little points of light down in that darkness that remind you of the symphonic crystals. What the heck is that?
I don't know, but I can't.
Is that crystal?
I can't steer us away.
And you keep, in spite of your best, we're gonna see how well you manage to do another crash landing.
Oh boy.
Crash check.
Alright, I'm gonna concentrate again. Remember, that's the thing I can do in this game. What is concentration? +1? Yeah, +1.
+1.
Alright,
You can get +2 if you use.
I'm out of fumble points, I think.
And don't technical types get an extra plus to concentration checks?
Yep.
So you get
That's
+2.
Oh, right. Yes, I forgot about like concentrating is a thing even if you aren't technical type. Yes, that is +2 instead of +1 then. Okay, this is... Okay. Oh, thank God I concentrated. That's a 5 and a 2, so 9.
Okay, as good as a pro, which you're rapidly turning into.
A pro at
Crashing.
airship
Pro.
crashing.
Become a
Crashing
pro.
pro.
I'm a pro at crashing airships, guys.
You're a pro at crashing safely. That's something.
Safety crash.
I mean,
Safety crash.
Safety crash. Yeah, it all goes in slow motion. You guys are definitely jostled around and injured a bit and whatnot as you tumble down, and the ship just sort of breaks itself apart as it falls through this mess of crystal and water and dark. And everything goes black for all of you for a while. And you don't know what happens. And that's where we're gonna wrap. No, I'm kidding. I'm not that horrible.
So we fell into a pit and died. The end.
No.
I was gonna start throwing dice around for a few moments.
I got all dressed up and the world ended.
Now that everyone hates me. No, you... One by one, you wake up. And, each of you kind of finds yourself by whatever debris of the ship you sort of crashed with. This landscape is sort of ash-colored sand and rock, and in places there are crystals, loads of symphonic crystals, and there's sort of a constant hum of them in the space. But it sounds, particularly to you, Rue, it sounds like they're sick or hurt somehow. And as you each wake up and you sort of look around, you don't see the others.
Guys? Hey?
You get the impression that when this crash happened, you all got thrown apart from one another. You are going to have to find each other again. In what each of you rapidly assumes is probably Malvora, as you look up and you see sort of what's effectively a hole in an otherwise dark sky, and water kind of streaming through. And that is where we will pick up the next season of Promise Tree.
Like the idea of like these zoom out shots from each person now. They're in a different spot and like doing. To be continued. Please change disc.
You follow whichever of the kids you decided to play as.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah! Oh, thank you for the bits, Dylan. So, yay. Yay! Yay!
Where
You're
are
alive.
We survived. We did not die. Well, technically, no, we still didn't die. We just came real close.
Wow, what a way to end the season.
I mean, I had a feeling it would be a cliffhanger, but you know.
It's a good one.
So, we'll go around in outros and things, and important to note, this is M's last session with us. Scheduling is a whole heck, and she will not be rejoining us for the second season. But thank you for our good big sister, who was wonderful and darling. We love her.
It was amazing.
And you'll still see M on this channel because Ghost Club is a thing that happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't worry. These kids are just now good. Well, we say kids, but like they're 20. We've established they're grown-ass people.
These grown-ass adults.
Some of us are very short, but we're still adults. God damn it!
They're gonna have to learn to get along without their big sister. These grown-ass children.
These grown-ass children.
Oh, thank you for the raid, Catherine. We're wrapping up, but thank you.
Yeah.
So,
just caught us at the end.
let's go around, do your outros and your promos and things, and, I don't know, pick a moment or a thing out of the season that you enjoyed, I guess.
Oh, I'll see.
Or out of today's episode is fine too. So, we will start with, Nicholas, going in reverse order.
Yeah, I'm Niklas. You can find me at nyvinter, Twitter, and sometimes on bi-weekly on Saturdays I'm playing Spire at the other Yeses channel.
Go JG.
Yeah. And I have the terrible memory, so I will not be picking from the entire season, but I really liked the scene with Griffin and Mildew over the dagger.
Yeah.
Got some serious doubt feels there, I guess.
Stabbing feels.
Yeah, yes. Moving down the line to Anna, playing our sweetest of healers who had a very glowy moment today. Where can we find you doing other things on the internet, and how about your moment of the season?
You can find me on Twitter at Anna-Landin, which will link onward to all of the other things I do, which is mostly art and comics and stuff, my Patreon and all of that. Picking a favorite moment of the season is a challenge. I kind of like one of them is the ridiculous Kabadon that Jill and Rue did, because it was just so sweet. But I also kind of like so cute. I also like the moments in our fight against Jadar when Trill got knocked down and Rue stepped up and shielded her, because I felt that was like one of the moments where it first got really serious.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Sweet. All right. Victor, where else can we find you doing things on the internet, and what was your favorite time in all this?
Jeez, it's gonna be hard. I'm Victor. I'm Victormon pretty much everywhere. I do art, I do comics, I scream about games and all kind of stuff. I have a Patreon, so please go check it out. And I'm open for commission, so if you want art like this little art down here, you can go to my Twitter and you can follow the link to fill out a Google form and request a commission from me. That would help me a ton, and also let me draw your cute / sexy / handsome / weird characters.
What if all of them?
Yeah, what if
Yes, why
like
not
a combination of I do party commissions, so if you have a whole ass party you want commissioned,
A whole
I can
ass
do that.
party, not a half-ass party.
Anyway, my favorite moment. Like I'm all about the action and stuff, but I did the after the fight with Jadar, the first like big loss, when Griffin had like self-doubt and had the hero boy sads.
Broody boy Griffin.
It was very very good to get into his anxieties and stuff, so that was nice.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see how he'll do next season.
Oh boy.
So, last but certainly not least at all, M, where else can we find you other than here doing other things?
Yeah.
And favorite season moment?
Oh boy. Okay, well, yeah, so, at eCheffery on Twitter, Cheffery most other places. I am mostly just on this channel doing Ghost Club stuff and potentially other things in the future. Let's see, favorite moment. I don't know, like, from this session, obviously getting Pace back was delightful because Pace, was a spectacularly good boy and very fun. But like really over the course of the whole season, I just really liked, there were a number of moments scattered across this where the kids all together got to just be themselves for a bit. They were just super delightful. Like the pillow fort, like the when they first came to the university and they were just like everyone
getting
had this
hopped up
moment
on
of
coffee.
wonder and got hopped up on coffee, like, and just got to be kids even though they were still dealing with this, you know, big problem. Those were just super sweet and really nice, and I liked them a lot. Also the Kabuton.
Always the comment.
That's when the show peaked. It's all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Oh, also from this episode, just a thing that I didn't anticipate happening at all, but I'm so glad that it did. Just the salty Pierce Trill interactions were really fun.
What is wrong with you? Why are you rescuing me?
How dare you!
You stabbed me and now you rescue me? What? Even?
Clearly, Pierce
Pick
has
a
never watched
thing.
a Disney movie.
Well,
Yeah.
Nasty Boy just assumes everyone is nasty, so.
Mm.
Anyway.
See, now you're calling him Nasty Boy.
I mean, I was here for it. He's terrible. I know this.
He's a nasty boy.
He may not remain, so we'll see what happens. Y'all did rescue him.
Oh yeah, he's
He's around
he's
somewhere.
definitely-
somewhere.
He definitely was. Oh wow.
He was thrown off the ship, possibly.
He's
Probably has
somewhere.
a lot of bruises.
He's somewhere. He's very fragile, but he's somewhere.
Shaken and stirred.
Oh.
Okay, I guess that brings you all to me. So, hi, I'm Jess. I'm littlecuppajo literally everywhere on the internet. Including, hey, let's announce it now. I'm on Patreon at long last. You can support me for, basically $1 or whatever other amount you choose. I have but one tier, and I open my detritus from creating all of these things to you as a part of that. So, homebrew stuff I make for these shows, maybe NPC bits and bobs, things like that. I will start posting those for patrons to have access to, and you can use them in your games. As I am also making games, you might perhaps get a chance to get some playtest materials in your hot little hands as those come out. And I have at this point just one goal. If we get to $100 a month, I will do a one-shot with folks that the patron community will get to choose, like what game we run, and we'll do some votes around that.
Nice.
So you can go support me there if you like these shows, or you can sub here, I guess, if you want to. I'm very bad at self-promotion, even though I literally worked in advertising for 5 years.
Follow
though,
that shit.
Thank you for all of you who
Good
have
ass shit.
Yeah, for all of you who have already jumped on board. Thank you so much, and for everybody in chat and watching, thank you. We will be back. We don't know exactly when. We're taking probably a month or 2 off to have life and recombobulate and get some stuff prepped for the second season.
When we're damned well ready.
And there will be this show returning. There will be another Ryuutama show firing up, which M is in, because it does not conflict with her schedule.
Are you cheating at us with another Ryuutama game?
All I'm going to say is
You're leaving us for another Ryuutama game.
This cast, though, we got M, we got Julie, Soft Signal in chat, we got Dylan, a Narcissus, and we have Megan of Megan Lynn for the win, and it is literally just going to straight up be Snow White with the red hair, but make it Ryuutama, because we are garbage.
It's gonna be such trash.
I love all of you. That's
I'd
amazing.
be mad, but, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So,
Sword, go for it.
yeah, that's going
Yes!
to be, we're doing that Saturday evenings. That will be a Saturday evening show. It's going to be shorter, I think. Well, we intend for it to be shorter than this one, but we'll see what happens. So
Short games.
Look forward to that coming in the summer. More to come as details are finalized. But yeah, and Ghost Club continues on with those great kids on Friday nights. I think that's all the announcements. Thank you, friends, for playing this good dang game and making these sweet friends.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for being incredibly hecking JRPG with us. This has been a great time.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we're gonna continue on and let these kids save the heckin' world next time around.
It's what we're destined to do.
All right,
But
my
no
friends.
pressure, right? No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. My friends in chat, have a wonderful afternoon or evening or whatever time it is where you are. Take care. We will see you again next time.
Bye.
Bye.